So today I'm going to talk about muscle testing, or I should say muscle indicator testing or muscle response testing. Different names that it's called, but I just say muscle testing because it's quicker. Um, so with kinesiology, there are loads of different types of kinesiology, but the one thing they all have in common is that they use a muscle testing. But the way they work within themselves, the therapies, can be really, really different. But like I say, the one thing they all have in common is the muscle testing. So with muscle testing, because we say the word muscle, we think it's in relation to strength, but we're not testing for strength. We are tapping into your subconscious, your muscle memory, your energy system. And this is where your body completely guides the way, because whether we realize it or not, or whether we remember it or not, but your body stores absolutely everything you go through in life. Emotionally, physically, your body knows. So this is where we are incredible beings in this sense. So yeah, this is what I say about muscle memory as well, because even if we don't consciously remember, your muscles will remember, your body remembers, your mind remembers. Anyway, yeah, so everything is stored in your body. So with muscle testing, we use it as essentially it's a communication tool, because what I do is translate. So people say to me, oh, you're an amazing healer. And I said, well, your body is the one doing the work, because it's your body is the one that's sorting itself out. I'm just translating for what your body needs. And it's telling us, and it tells us through the muscle testing, essentially. So yeah, I'm translating. And the reason why I say your body completely guides the way is because your body always knows what it needs to get better, whether we know it or not. We might have really good ideas intellectually, I can't even talk now, intellectually, logically, practically, from our knowledge, wisdom, all of that. We might have really good ideas on how to help an issue, but that might not be the best thing for you or your body. So this is where muscle testing is really, really amazing, because it is completely tailored to each individual. Because as you can imagine, I get people come to me for the same issues, but what we do in a session is really, really different. It is never the same. Keeps it interesting for me, obviously, as well. So where I say your body knows what it needs to get better, it's just lost that bit of connection that it can't get from A to B. So with the muscle testing, is we're saying to your body, okay, for these symptoms, X and X, headaches and sniffling, what is it that we need to do? And out of, let's say, 100 corrections that I know, your body would say, okay, for these issues, I need a number 98 correction first, and then we need to do a number 2, then we need to do a number 14, then we need to do a number 5, and it will pick and map out what it needs, because it knows. And this is what gives you the best healing, like I say, where it is tailored to you. And because also within those corrections that your body has picked, your body knows what it needs to do within those corrections as well. And it's really, really specific, which would make more sense, if you have a correction yourself, where your body is really, really specific with what it needs and wants in order to get better. So I'll give you a demonstration of what I mean after I've talked about the whole thing. So different muscle testing techniques that I use, whether it's online or face-to-face where you're in the room lying on the couch. So I'll explain how it is when you're in the room. So if you can imagine, you're lying down on your back, facing up, and your elbow is just resting. So if I was lying down, your elbow is just resting roughly at 90 degrees, your arm is, while it's resting on the couch. And so this is me and this is your arm. So I apply a little bit of pressure, and it's not anything to hurt you. And I'm just gauging your muscle response. So it's actually the muscle called the brachioradialis, in your arm, and I'm just applying a little bit of pressure and seeing whether your arm goes down or stays up. So with muscle testing, I ask yes, no questions and gauge the response. So when I apply that pressure and your arm goes down, that means no. And if I apply that same pressure and your arm stays up, that means yes. So the reason why your arm goes down on a no is because no is a stressful word. It's a negative word in any language, really. So any stress to the body would cause the arm to go down. So for instance, if I sprayed a perfume or something and your body didn't quite agree with it and we muscle tested and your arm went down, that means it's stressful for the body. So what we're doing is essentially with each correction, we check it. And so we highlight the stress, whatever that is, whatever that needs to be done. So it's stressful in the first instance, not too much, not like, oh, stress, just a little bit, because we need that connection to release the stress as well. And your arm goes down. And then we do the correction and then we check it at the end and your arm would stay up. And that means we've cleared the stress away. So equally, so if we take the perfume idea again, so if I sprayed a perfume and your arm went down when I applied that pressure to say, oh, it's stressful, and we did a specific correction to correct that in terms of so that your body was no longer stressed by the perfume. When I say stressed, it could mean that you have a reaction, or it could mean that you have what I would call an inward reaction, where we have a reaction that we don't notice any symptoms for, but there is stress there because your body can't cope with something anyway. So yeah, if we did the correction so that your body could then cope with this perfume and we test again, your arm would be strong. So that's the basis of what we're doing and how the muscle testing works essentially. But this is why this therapy is so effective, because it is a completely tailored therapy. I'm not doing the same rigmarole when I get people come in with the same issues, because that's not how it works, and that's not going to be the most beneficial thing for each and every person, because everyone's lived a different life and our bodies are different. So we have to find a way to discover what each individual needs, and that's where the muscle testing comes in. And muscle testing is 99% accurate, so you know that's better than some blood tests. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but you know, 99% accurate. So it's really, really amazing. And that is truly what makes this therapy and all kinesiologies really into how effective it can be. And that is muscle testing in a nutshell.